Okay, guys. Hello, happy Saturday to everyone. I promised yesterday to Hans, especially that I'll make another video on entries because I know we just need the more you see it, the better it's gonna get. So, Hans, this is for you. This is just me showing you how simple it is to take a trade and to make so much money in one trade. Of course, depending on the pip value, but again, it's so simple and it's easy, 3 steps like I described yesterday. You don't need to make it complicated. You don't need to let your emotions run through, your hesitation, your paranoia, your fear. When you start trading, you leave that at the door. You literally have to brainwash your head and become a robot during the 2.5 hours we have every day, okay? So, when you come in, just like I do, I look at the screen, I say my prayer before to keep calm, to be relaxed, and then here I go, on I go. So, I said 3 simple steps that Bora asked yesterday if we MTs could think of. So, these are my 3 simple steps for how, when you start the session, how to start a trade, okay? First step, establish trend. And also, if there are any live arrows on the current 1 and 4 hour candles. Okay, what's our trend? Even if it's above the yellow road, where is it pointing? Down. Down. Okay? Do we have any live arrows? Yes, we do. We have a big live arrow here, right? And I think we also had on the 4 hour yellow, super yellow red, and on the daily. Okay. So this is my first step. Establish the trend. Establish the trend. Okay? That's the trend down. Okay, so now I'm thinking GU, I'm taking it down. Another reason to take it, again, we have the live arrow candle. So that means I am doing on the golden road, on the golden note, we are doing number 1, trade 1 and 4 hour direction with living arrow and living candle. So that is 1 and 4 hour direction that's pointing down with live arrow. We have one? Perfect. Okay, that's step 1. Step 1 on EU, same story. Where's the trend? Establish a trend. That's my step 1 when I come in the room. This is how I look at my trade. 1. Where's the direction pointing? Down. Do we have a live arrow? We have a live arrow. Where is this pointing? Down. Down. We have a live arrow. Perfect. Actually, it's a freaking super pink, so this is awesome. Okay. Again, step 1. Where is the trend? Up. Up. Do we have a live arrow? We have one on 4 hours. Okay, perfect. We established step number 1. Now, step number 2 is look for trades on the 5 minutes chart, which is the blue charts. Look for trades on the 5 minutes charts, starting from whichever the BB band is, that depending on your direction. So if we're going down on GU and down on EU, we are looking for the candles to start from the top of the BB bands, from the top of the BB bands, the top of the BB bands, in order to establish the right entry. So step number 2, after step number 1 being look for trend and live arrows on live candles, step number 2, go on to the 5 minutes chart and look for entries on either top or bottom BB bands. For us, it's top BB bands because we're going down. On UC, we're looking for entries on the bottom of the BB bands because we're looking to go up according to our trend and arrow. Okay, that's step number 2. Step number 3, enter upon DX or momentum or a wick or a touch of BB bands. Did you hear that? Step number 3, enter the trade up upon momentum or DX or wicks or touch of the BB bands. Touch of the BB bands. Touch of the BB bands. Now I said 3 different ors because depending how your confidence is, that's on what kind of entry you should look for. So wicks and top of the BB bands, I think you newbies should also know how to do that. But if you want more confidence boosting, enter on momentum or DX. Okay? Again, why do I enter on top of the BB bands? Because I know if the trend is down and I have a live arrow pointing down, I know this candle's never gonna go across past the top of the BB bands because its direction is to go down. Its direction is to create lower lows and go down. So that is the reason why I enter on top of the BB bands, sometimes without momentum and DX, just with wicks or the touch of the BB bands, because I know the direction that is down. So why do I hesitate and fear that it's going to go up against me if I have this row analyzed correctly? If this road is clearly down and I also have an arrow, that's it. I do not need any more information or confirmation that these trades are going down. Okay, so do this again, hands. Step number 1, look for the trend and the live arrow candles. Step number 2, check on the 5-minute charts for entries on the top or bottom of the BB bands depending on which direction you're going. We're going down, so we're looking for candles to touch the top of the BB bands. Step number 3, take a trade as soon as either moms kick in or DX or wicks or touch of the BB bands. This is it. This is it. Now let's start this thing. Okay, so now we're checking where the candles are at the moment, okay? Where are they? This is touching the orange road. This is touching the bottom of the BB band, touching the bottom. However, we have a live 30 minutes down, and that means it's a strong downtrend, okay? Now, this is still down. This is a small red. It's a small red. We do not take it into consideration. We do not go up on it, okay? We don't go up on it. This is still down. This is still down. Now, let's look carefully what's happening on the EU. Is close. I think it already touched the top of the BB band. It touched the BB band. So as soon as that happened, we are looking to take this down. Same story on GU, but there's still space there. So analyze the top of the BB bands. Let's see how close it gets to it, and when it wants to push down, we are ready to press the button, okay? Okay, it's pretty damn close to the top of the BB band. Pretty close. Okay, it's almost touching the BB band. And I think it's just touching it right now. Okay, it touched the BB band. And this is where I enter. This is where I enter at 38. As soon as that move, even though it was a green momentum, but this became red again, I entered at 38. Now, if you want to wait for the extra momentum, you can wait. But that's my entry. Why? Because my trend is down. Everything is saying go down. So why do I fear that this is going to go against me if it's saying to go down? There's nothing to fear. You take it down, okay? You don't need momentum sometimes for DX. You don't, because when the direction is so strong, the trend is so strong down, you know it's going to pull that thing down. So I entered at 38 right here at the touch of the BB bands. Now, of course, this is not a perfect trade because we didn't have the momentum or DX yet when I entered. But you could enter later if you wish, but I'll show you how late sometimes momentum and DX comes in. That it already made half of 10 pips, so that already moved 5 pips by the time momentum comes. That's why I've learned to take it from the top and go down without momentum, knowing that it's not gonna go. So we took it at 36 now for newbies, okay? I took it at 38. We took it at 36 for newbies. That's where BR enters. That's where Just Run enters. That's where so many people, MTs, enter. because they know that the analysis they did is going down. Now you see when you enter a momentum and it's quite low, it kind of sucks up against you. But it's cool. We entered at 36 for you. I entered at 38 for me. Okay, and then we also had the DX switch. So let's this thing go down. Let's put a bit forward. Okay, let's see how far it goes and when do we stop. Okay, so we entered at 28, at 38, right? And 36 for newbies. So that was it. That was for me 10 pips, right? Now for newbies, I would have probably... Now this is when you know you're getting out. When the next candle comes up next to it, and it's closed, this band flipped and closed, this means that that was probably it. It's going to go back up. So if we enter at 36 for newbies, that means 36 to 28 minus 2, so that's 8 pips, okay, for newbies. That's still amazing. That is still amazing. Okay? Now when this, you see this, when this happens, this is it. That was your time. But I told you a bit earlier because the band flipped a bit earlier. So that was perfect. So you took your 8 pips or 7 pips depending how quick you were, okay? That was one trade hands. You saw that? It's that easy, it's that simple, and it's that quick. Now the same happened here in G, but I wasn't happy about this one to show you anything because it didn't go super close to the BB bands, and this was kind of below the orange road starting, and I don't want you to get used to entering below the orange road or near the orange road. I want you to learn to start from the BB bands because that's the best advantage or edge you can get ahead of a trade, because you know you're starting as early as you can. As early as you can, and you're not letting that candle go against you if you're starting from the top of the bands of the BB bands, because these two walls, they're super strong and they won't let the candle go past them. If you know the direction is down, it won't go past it because it's too weak to go up. It wants to go down, okay? That's where you get your confidence, from reading the charts and understanding that when something wants to go down, if you enter on it from the top of the BB bands, it is not going to go against you, even if you didn't enter on momentum or DX, okay? Okay, that was one trade done. Now let's see what else do we have. Now I have a little bit of retracement going on. Now you see it's still up, however you have a 50 minutes down. Now I know other people have taken this, but what do I say? I don't go against live arrows that haven't finished their job. I know this hasn't finished its job because it didn't touch the orange road. When a 15 minutes appears against you, or 30 minutes, and even if it's flashing on and off, it means it's just delayed, but it's going to come back at some point, hunt you down, and get you to this orange road because that's its job. That's why it appeared there. So when an arrow comes your way, you best believe that this is gonna come down to here because he made its appearance. And this it is not going to move anywhere until it gets to the orange road. And you do not disturb it. You do not question its ability to go down, even if it's such a high trend up. You let this thing do its job or not and move on to other trades. Got it? Easy as that. You stay away from arrows against you on live candles. If it's on past candles, right, like this one, it's not gonna hurt you. Or what, like this one, it's not gonna hurt you because you're here. Okay, you stay away from live arrows on candles, live candles. Now this wants to reverse, have a quick retracement, sorry. Also you have some blues, a lot of blues, so we let this thing happen, okay? Now, because the space is super tight, you might not get 10 pips because you can see it also previously. It was going in between here, okay? So you can always check from the previous trades and see how they were going, especially if it's a downtrend. Where are most of the candles at? Below the orange row. They're all below the orange row, so why fear that's going to go against you if you're starting it from here? The best price ever. This is above the orange row. It's above the orange row, so it's a clear, nice trend up. It's that easy, guys. The charts are giving you beforehand signals and messages to tell you, let you know where this is going. And when this happens, you don't disturb this. You don't take it. You let this thing do its job, and it's going to go and do its job, okay? So you don't touch it. You let it go. Now, why is this doing this? Why do we have this arrow? Because, like I told you, every trade that wants to go down or up needs to first come to the orange roads on all charts, 15-30 minutes, and then go do their thing. So if G wants to go further down, it needs to come back to this orange road, depending where the signal has shown up. And if it showed up only on 15 minutes, then it means it wants to only go to this orange road. And then from here, you best believe, as soon as it touches the orange road, if you don't have any live arrow showing up here, this is going to bounce back down from the orange road because this is acting like a wall. And as soon as this candle touches the wall, it's going to go back down, okay? Okay. Now, see, it doesn't mean all entries are going to be great. You don't have to enter it here if it starts here. As soon as you see a little bit of momentum and some TX, like, oh, this is my trade. But you're not looking at the exact price. Where is it, babe? Where is it? Look where it is, at the bottom of the BB bands. G would have been a better option, but definitely not EU. Look where it is. I don't care if it's going down. You have blues here. You have blues here. This is a sign pointing, this is closed, this is a sign pointing you that it might just pretend to go down and then oops, up it goes and it surprises you. So you do not want to enter like that foolishly, okay? Trust me, you don't. Now we have a 5 and 15 minutes. Would I take this in a 30? No, I wouldn't. Why? Because I like to have a 1 hour down. If I want to take this down against such a high trend up, I want a 1 hour with it. Otherwise, I'm not touching this. Even if BR is, even if Jasper, I don't care. You don't have to do whatever trades BR or Jasper do. Especially if you're a newbie and you're not even capable of taking a normal trade. Why would you endanger yourself in such a trade like this that's more for a pro than a beginner, okay? So don't take these trades. Don't enter on them. Do you have an arrow confirming to go down? No, you don't, so don't touch it. Do you see the super high trend? You see it, so don't take it. Don't take it unless it's up. Got it? Awesome. Now, look at this. This is getting close to baby band, but surprise, surprise, what do we have here, hands? We have a yellow arrow against us. So even if it touches the baby band and if this disappears like this, then it's fine. You see, like it did now, you could actually go down on it, but you could also check whether it's gonna go any further down. You should also think like, is it worth going down on it for a few pips or not? Now, if it disappears like this, it's good. But I'm still not 100% happy because there's the space between the candle and the orange road, and I like my trades to start down when, and see this happened? When they touch the orange road. As soon as this touched the orange road, like here, the sucker went down. So I like getting my trades right now. That's kind of a way of knowing that this wants to go down and it doesn't want to touch the top BB band any further, and it wants to show back down. So let's see, actually it went to 70. So you take it. So as soon as you see it at 70 over there, you take it. You don't hesitate it, you just take it. You got your DX with you, that's perfect. So that's 69.5 or something. Okay, so now you get the band flip up, okay? So now you're expecting this trade to move back up, so you're looking for an exit. So I would say, as soon as the band, as soon as this touched here and this never moved at 62, you exit. So it was at 69 to 62, so you've got what? A few pips. 6 pips or however many you got. So this is why this is not just an easy 10 pip move, because you gotta watch of this, because you've entered on a flashing 50 minutes up, and that means that was a sign that this G is gonna start going back up now because it went super down. So that's why you're considering the risks of taking flashing arrows against you and taking the trade against that flashing arrow. But this still worked. Went actually to 61, so that's good. You had some good pips, okay? You had 8 pips. That's still pretty good. But as soon as you get this thing, you know this thing's not going anywhere down than this, so you have to get out. Because why? It wants to move back up to the orange row, because the previous signal that we had, yellow, didn't finish its job, so someone has to pick up the slack and get this thing back up, okay? But that's where you enter. You saw that, guys? I enter with before any momentum, because I know it's not going to go higher than this BB band. And that's what happened. It went to 70, and then boom, down it went. Now, of course, I don't like to go against live arrows or live candles. But again, it's a risk you have to take if you're willing to take. Now, especially if it's with the blue. Now, if this disappeared, okay, you had the reason to take it down. We should say it's safe, still safe enough. But again, if this wouldn't have been here, I would have definitely taken it at 70 straight away without thinking. But obviously, we had this, so you had to wait for some sort of other reason to take it down, or to confirm that it's going to go down and not just continue up. Okay, so we had that. That was 8 pips. Now let's move on. See what else we have. Now you see all of these trades are evolving to the higher up because it had a long trade down, and now we have blues showing up and we want to push it back up. So we're letting them do their job. Same story, nothing on UC because the UC trend is up. Even if you have only 30, 15 minutes, I don't care. I really don't care. There's nothing that can guarantee me that once I take that trade down, it's not going to stop in the middle of the road around here and go against me, even if I take it from the top of the BB band. Why? Because I know my trend is up. And is this a live arrow? Okay, no, it's not. It's a live candle. I know my trend is up, and I have nothing on the 1 or 4 hour charts telling me to go down. So why would I? How can you not consider this being just a small retracement and then shooting up to the skies like that? Don't ever go against strong trends. Never. Especially if you don't have any good arrows on 1 or 4 hours, okay? So let this thing go. This might be a premonition or telling you that it's gonna go probably down from the next hour. We might get a candle down. Then yeah, sure, you take it down. But until then, you don't touch it. So we've got nothing here left. Why? Because our EU is down, GU is down. However, we're getting these arrows against us on 15 minutes, 30 minutes. The space, huge space between the orange road, and it's just telling us it wants to go back up. So we're letting this thing go back up, okay? See how slow they're moving because it's against the trend? Now see another trade that developed. Now again, I would have not taken it because you see now you have 30 minutes against you with 15. And when you have something like this, even if you could see where the trade it's starting, and this is where you should have entered normally if you didn't have these arrows against you, it would have been perfect at 33 or 35, however much it was, okay? However, you've got these two super yellow, red, and super pink against you, and you know when they're showing up, they're not leaving until they finish their job, which is to go to the 30 minutes. So there's really no trade here. No trade at all, because you have the live arrows on live candles against you. Even if they went down, I don't care, we don't care, we still have something against us, so we're not touching it, okay? We are not. And you can see it barely went from 33 to 31 and then up it goes again. You don't want to go through the stress of like waiting for a trade to happen. Okay, so let's move on to the next hour. So this is our next hour. Let's wait for the new candle. I think this is almost 10 o'clock. Now, see how the trades developed. They all retraced up to the 30 minutes up. This is still working. This is still working up. So let's see what we get with the new hour. Now this is another dangerous trade. Like you would think, okay, this is going up with a trend. It probably started from down here or somewhere. However, you still have this against you. Even if it touched the orange road, oh, you could say actually that could have worked. However, again, like I say, it's best for you if you do not go against live candles, arrows against your move. It's best to just leave it out because there's way too many perfect trades or normal trades that you could take during a day. I just showed you 2 or 3. So, and that was only in the first hour, okay? And you still have what? 2 more to go because MT lets the room up until when? Up until 11:30, 12 actually. So you still have 2 more hours to go and you've already done your 2 trades of 18 pips already. And MT said just do 5 pips. So how easy is that? Already did 18 pips. Okay, let's move on to the next hour. So look what we have. I guess this blue was right. Julian would say, yep, I told you so. When you see a blue, you better be sure that something next is coming to it. So now we have a super pink up. We have a super pink up, okay? Now, when we have these, definitely they're stronger nowadays. Usually they would be eaten up by the trend, but they're pretty powerful now, especially if it's a pink. And it's also at the bottom of the BB bands. The BB bands closed here, they flipped. So this now is a trend up. Now what do we have on UC? We have a 1 hour plus a 4 hour down. Now this is definitely a total game changer. So we are taking this down for sure. However, we have to find our perfect entry, which is here, right? Right there. Okay, now this started already, so we lost it. We're not going to take it. Now, we are looking on EU for ups, and same story for GU, okay? So let's see, what do we have? Okay, we have a little bit of downs. We have a little bit of me chatting. Okay, now. Okay, so let's stop it here. So, GU. It's pretty good, it's pretty low. However, we still don't have a sense of the 1 hour starting to go up on it because look, it went down, it went down, it went down. And this thing didn't even touch the orange road. So that just might give us a sign that this still doesn't want to go up. So we're not looking for anything down here. However, we got this on EU. So this candle touched the bottom of the BB band and we got a Heishi arrow. What do we know about Heishi arrows? They work pretty well. As soon as they show up, they work. They work as soon as they show up. So now we have a Heishi arrow, and now the next candle showing up, it's green. So this is a sign that it's going up. We have green momentum with us, +3. This week is a sign that it touched the bottom of the BB band. This touched the orange road. This is close to the orange road, but it wants to go up for sure. We have a 1 hour with us, so this is the perfect time to enter. Now it would have been better, of course, we would have entered around there, or around 30. However, 33, it's still a great entry, okay? Why are we entering now? Because we have a Heishi hour pointing up that touched the bottom of the BB band, and that's our entry, okay? So our entry is at 33, okay, because it's 32.9, so it doesn't make any difference. So we let this thing happen. Now, there's nothing flashing yet, but you have green momentum. You have green momentum, so you don't need to wait for any other confirmation. You have an HE hour, you have a 1 hour up. You better believe that this is gonna go up, and by the time you notice it, it's gonna be too late. Like, it's gonna be at 36 or 37, that's when you entered, and this is close to the BB bands. And that's how you lose your mind, or you only take 2 or 3 pips, or it goes against you, because the early entries are the ones that are not that flashy. You don't see them so flashy. You don't see the momentum going crazy when they touch the bottom of the BB bands and they want to go up, okay? You don't see the DX changing as of yet. However, you get your confirmation with a HE hour, with the wick touching on the top of the bottom of the BB band, wanting to go up. Now we have a +8. So you see how this early trade started kind of more silently than the one in the middle next to the orange road. How nicely it started from 28. And it's at 35, so if you would have taken it at 28 or somewhere close to it, even though bear in mind that would have meant that you're entering on a red candle, okay? However, you've entered on a green candle because I've just told you the next candle that you get, it's a green one, that's when you enter, okay? So this was the initial move, and then the next candle started, and then it took it away. Now you only have your DX with you. So imagine if you've just entered now at 37, you've just missed 4 pips from 33 to 37. That's vital for us because this is your guideline here. It might break, it might not break, you don't know. But still, it's better to enter at 33 earning 7 pips than entering at 37 and getting 3 pips, okay? If, let's say, it bounces from the orange road and it doesn't, from the BB band, and it doesn't want to go further. That's how you have to think all the time, guys, when you enter a trade. You don't think, oh, I'm getting close, I'm gonna start close to the top of the BB band to go up because I'm sure it's gonna break. How do you know? You don't know. So that's why you're taking your best chances to go from lower as possible, to have enough time to develop the candle up until it reaches the top of the BB band, where you know there's a 50-50 chance it's gonna break or not, okay? So we're still in this trade, all good, nothing going against us. So see how late this arrow showed up, guys? See? And I bet a lot of you newbies think, okay, let me enter on the new arrow that just appeared. Well, look how bad and look how late it showed up. It's super late. Because you're at 38 now, and you got 2 pips left hands, you see? So this is not your entry. This is not your entry. This is your entry right here. This is your entry right here, where it touched the BB band, That was your entry, because you are thinking, well, I didn't see any huge momentum or DX changing when it touched the BB band, so of course I didn't enter there because it wasn't obvious to enter. Well, again, early entries are not that obvious to enter sometimes, okay? Like I said, you don't get momentums, or you don't get DX, or you don't get high enough momentum. You might get only 1 bar. But that's how an early entry starts to develop. That's how an early entry looks like, okay? You gotta get used to these kind of entries, because they show up timidly or shy. They're shy, and then they start developing into a loud trade, and then you see it obviously, and you're like, oh damn it, I missed this one too. How did I miss it? Where was the entry? Here was the entry. It was right here. I just told you. It started from 28, okay? But we took it at 33. Why? Because we wanted to be safe, and we still had momentum with us. It was green, and we had the Heishi arrow with us, and we had the wick touching the BB band, and we had started on a green light, on a green candle. So obviously this was gonna go up. Plus you had a 1 hour with you, and you were all good, okay? So I wanted to explain that to you, Hans, so you get it more obviously. Same story. Look what it happened here on GU. It's same story. It started from the bottom. And look how late the arrow appeared, at 69, and this moved from 61. So you would have already made 9 pips by the time this arrow showed up. And now people are entering at 69, and there's what? 3 pips left? No point, is it? This is the huge risk that you have. Even if you're reading everything correctly, your entry is, guys, your win or loss. Your entry is literally your win or loss. The way you enter, you're gonna know how quickly you're gonna win or how quickly you're gonna lose, okay? because it's gonna go against you. Okay, so we're at 39, we entered at 33, we have to leave it until 43. Now, let's see what's happening. We have another arrow showing up, we have a super pink, so you best believe this is gonna break, okay? Super pinks always break the BB bands, so we just let it calmly happen. And this, guys, by the way, barely took 2 minutes. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit. So there we are. That was at 43. Okay, 44. Wow, nicely. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. 45. Thank you, Jesus. Awesome. So we just took now, what? 12 pips. How easy was that? And look when a new 15 showed up. After the move. After the move. After the move already happened. Okay? So that was 12 pips in 2 minutes. Now look at UC. If you would have taken a GU, if you would have taken at 61, 81, 20 pips, guys. Easily. 20 pips easily. Let's see how it started. Oh, look how it started. Look how it started, guys. This pinched and went through the orange row to the BB band down. You can see the wick. It started to retrace. And now we started with a green candle, right? See? And now this is deciding it's going to probably come back a little bit, touch the BB band, and bam, it's going to go back up. You just wait and see. You just wait and see. It's touching the BB bands, it's touching the BB bands, and suddenly it's going to start to develop up. Oh, look at this. Look at this, guys. Slowly, slowly, we're getting a sign of a defensiveness against the BB band because it doesn't want to go any further. Now we have this that's disappearing. And now we gotta wait for this to start going up. Ooh, you have a blue now showing up. Okay, see, there you go. This is your early entry sign, guys. You see? You see this? This is your early entry sign. This is it now. If you're afraid and you're not sure, okay, wait for either a HE arrow or a momentum or a DX. Ooh, you actually got an arrow with it. That's perfect. You got an arrow. This is it. Now you enter in this. You don't need to wait for momentum or DX. You just take it. You enter a 64. It doesn't matter because it touched the bottom of the BB band. You have a blue up, 5 up. You have the 1 hour with you, and it's gonna go up. Okay? And it did go up. Look how nicely it went up. Again, like I said, guys, the early entries don't seem that obvious. They really don't. They don't seem that obvious, I know. But trust me, you want to enter early. You want to. All of the trades start from either the top or the bottom. The top or the bottom. All of the entries start from the top or the bottom. All of them, all the freaking time. And now this is not a dangerous one or a bunker one. Why? Because you have your 1 hour with you. You have your 1 hour with you, so you're good. You don't need a 15 minutes or 30 because this has already touched the BB band down low. Here, it started to have a wick, meaning that it's rejecting to go further down. And it's going to go up because you have the 1 hour super pink. This thing now is telling you it's going to go to the 1 hour orange road. It's going to go up until here. So you got to believe it when it shows up because if you don't, it's going to move in seconds. And guess what? You've just missed another trade. And this was a 20 pips trade move, guys. 20 pips hands. You see how easy? Like I said, early entries are not that obvious. But if you pay attention, they are showing you signs. They are showing you ways to enter and to know that you're right. Okay? So I showed you 2 more trades. Let's see. Let's see a UC trade, if we can possibly get one. Now look how nicely this went to 88, guys, and we entered, you could have entered at 6, when did this show at the small 5 red? See the small 5 red, now it turned into a super pink, now you got a super pink, now you got a super pink, but before, when it started, you didn't have any of these, right? So you're like, that's not safe enough, that's not enough message for me. So I'm not gonna enter it. Again, early entries are not that loud, don't have so many super pinks. However, if you take them, you trust them, with obviously the correlation of the story, of the arrows, of the Heichi candles, or the wicks, or the entry, on top of the bottom of the BB bands, trust me, they will take you to your millions, to your money. This was more than 20 pips. We entered at 63, and this is at 88, guys. That's 25 pips. Yeah, that's 25 pips in one trade, guys. And MT was telling you about a 5 pip a trade. So until now, I've showed you 3 trades worth 30 pips or so, and this one is the 4th. And this gave you 25 pips, guys. That's 30 with 25. That's 55 pips for a newbie. That's 55 pips, okay? Times 10 pounds a pip. That's 5,500 pounds already, and it's not even 11, okay? That easy hands, no feelings attached, no stress, no paranoia, no emotions in here. Just simple logic. Step 1, find a trend or the live arrow. Trade with the live arrow, especially if you have 2, okay? Trade with the live arrow. Step 2, look at the 5 minutes. If your direction is up, look at the candle starting from the bottom of the BB band. Look at direction starting from the bottom of the BB band. Step 3, enter on those trades from the BB bands with either a mom, a DX, an arrow, or a wick, or literally just the touching of the BB bands or the piercing of the BB bands. This is it. This is it. Okay, let's go further. So now we're gonna get this probably retracement. Again, I only take trades up if you have the live arrow, especially if it's with a blue. So you only look for ups in here, okay? We don't care about the retracements. We don't take them because like I said before, you don't go to a supermarket wanting to take all the freaking tomatoes from the supermarket. You're not gonna eat 2,000 tomatoes at once, okay? You're only taking the pretty, most volumed, nicely looking, easy to take tomatoes. You're not gonna go through the whole bottom of the whole aisle of the tomatoes, okay, and grab every single one of them. You're gonna take the easy ones with the more volume that you can take. Okay? Perfect. So now EU has a 15 minutes down. You let this thing come down. Like I said, when 15 minutes show up, you know they're showing up to do their job, to take it back to Orange Road, okay? So you let it do their job. You don't intervene, you don't take it. Now let's look for a trade on UC. Now we have a 50 minutes up. However, we have a 30 minutes down, and we have a 1 hour down and a flashing 4 hour down. That's super pink also. So now we're gonna let this thing go up till here. We know that the 50 minutes arrows against the live arrows on 1 and 4 hour direction, even if it's the trend up, we still have these two, so that means it's time to go back down. Now it's a yellow red, super serious. We know that these 50 minutes candles do their job only to get you to the orange road because it's against the live arrows. There are 2, not just 1. Even if the trend is up, the trend was up. Now look what's happening. It's starting to go to point down. See, it reached its climax, now it's starting to go down. So we have these 2. We are going to believe these 2 arrows because they're super pinks. They showed up for a reason, okay? What Jess said the other day was amazing. Whenever on 1 hour and 4 hour, the long-term charts, the candles break, go through the BB bands, they want to immediately come back down. And obviously the next candle next to the breaking of the BB bands will want to bring it down. So you expect when you open the session and you see the candles going so high up through the BB bands, you're expecting it whenever it's outside of the BB bands, you're expecting them to come back down. And that's what they did. They came back down. So now we are waiting for a entry. Now look, I was just talking and this was your entry. Look, this turned into red. This touched the BB band. You see, it probably touched it at 49. It touched the BB band. You have a 30 minutes with you. Now you have the wick, okay? Now we're not gonna take it onto this candle. What do I say? Usually, when it touches the BB band on this candle, you wait for the next candle to see where it wants to go. To either want to equalize it, so go next to it, go back up, touch the BB band and come down, or come next to it and then come down. So we're waiting for the next candle, which is gonna mean that this arrow is going to become a past arrow because a new candle is showing up. So we're going to wait for the next one to come, and as soon as it happens we take it down, okay, with no momentum or DX if it doesn't show up, because we had our reason. This went up, it touched here, now it wants to go down. We have a 30 minutes with us down, we have a 1 hour and a 4 hour down, so it's going to come down. You just let it come down. You see, it already moved 4 pips. However, it's a green candle with live arrows on it, so we're not going to take it from there. We're going to wait for the next candle, okay? As soon as the next candle comes, ooh, now we have our DX with us. So now we are allowed to go down. We are waiting for the next candle to show up, and we take it down. Now, this is why we don't take trades on the same candle sometimes. Okay, especially if you have live arrows against you. If it's a normal candle and it starts breaking down, you could take it. But if it's a candle with live arrows on it, don't. Wait for the next one to come. Either come back and touch the BB band, or as soon as it starts to show a sign of going down, you take it. But you wait for the next candle because it's the next move that's going to go into the other direction, okay? This candle's job was to go up, and it did. So you're waiting for the next candle to take you back down, okay? So we have our DX with us. This is all we need. You don't need loud momentum. You don't need loud of this. You have this oil, which turned green, which is awesome. And we take it at 46, okay? We take it at 46 because it obviously doesn't want to go down. It turns straight away into red, and it's going down. So we entered at 46, okay? You see, again, this is not your obvious entry, but it is. I remember, I think Borgi also said that he entered at 46 here. The same thing. Why? Why did he enter it here? Why? He knew that as soon as this thing touched the BB bands, and with the story of having the 1 and 4 hour super pinks down, and the 30 minutes down, he knew that this was just a small pullback up until here, to get it to touch the BB band so we can go further down, okay? So we are taking this further down because this was your entry. As soon as the wick touched the BB band and the next candle showed up next to it, then you entered, and you also had your oil with you for another double confirmation, if you may. Now this is a past arrow now, so it's not going to hurt you. And even so, this was just an arrow to take it to the orange road, which it did. So that means now it's deactivated, okay? So this is why I'm telling you most of the early entries, the very good entries, are not obvious because you don't have loud momentum or loud DX or super yellow, reds, pinks everywhere showing you to go down, okay? Early entries start shy, guys. They start shy. But your job is to spot them and take them with no hesitation. Because if you hesitate, this would have already happened to go to 6 pips already. And by the time you enter, you're here. And between this and the BB band, there's only 2 pips left. And guess what? You're losing on the trade. Even if you think you entered correctly, the entry wasn't right. So, too late. And you see, by the time this came, at 43, you already had 3 pips in. You had 3 pips in. How happy you must be. Look, you entered before a freaking arrow. How amazing is that? That you can read the charts and the trades before an arrow appears. How amazing is that? Okay, that's me chatting and chatting. 46, 36. We entered at 46. Okay, that was 10 pips right there. 32, even more. You have no reason to exit. There's nothing changing. Well, you entered at 46. Let me remind you guys. You entered at 46, and now you're 16 pips in profit. 16 pips, guys. And even more. So, thinking of also hands, when do you know to exit? So we entered at 46, we're at 30, so that's 16 pips. We're not exiting yet. Why? Because you have no new candle showing up against you. This band didn't flip to close like this, right? It didn't close. It's still pointing down. You still have momentum. You still have your DX, so you're letting it go down, okay? Up until it wants to go down. You entered at 46, guys. So far, we have 50 pips down under our belt. 50 pips, or 55, I think, 55. So 46 to 26. That's 20 pips in one trade, guys. One shy early entry gave you 20 pips already. How amazing. Now, this is when you know to exit, you see? This. When the band closes and a new candle forms, and then you can see it touched the BB band, right? You can see it touched the BB band. What did I say to you guys? Every time there is a touch of the BB band, a reaction must follow. And the reaction will be to retrace back up, because if it wanted to go through it, it would have gone through it, but it didn't. Okay? So, you let this thing go and you close it at 26 before you get an arrow against you, before you get momentum's on. This is where I exit. This is my exit, okay? I don't care if it's gonna go for more. It's probably not gonna go. It's gonna go up. It doesn't matter. I already took 20 pips in one trade, guys. 20. With 55, that makes it 75 pips. And it's not even happy hour, okay? 75 pips and it's not even happy hour. How crazy is that, hands? And how easy was that, showing you that? And trust me, hands, these moves happen every day. It's the same repetitive move. Every damn day, they touch the BB bands here and go down. They touch the BB bands here and go up. Every damn day. They repeat themselves so often that it's so obvious when they start doing this. And it's so obvious why? Because you can see all the MTs entering so freaking early. Borg entering so early. Jazz, BR, Hugo, all these guys, Jules, they know that it's safe to enter early even without momentum and DX, because they can see the moves happening so fast and so often that with the direction, with the story of the 1 hour, 4 hour arrows, or the trend, it's obvious that it's gonna go in that direction, okay? And early trades start shy. Get this right. Early trades start shy. So you've just had 20 pips. Now you have 75 pips under your belt. 70 freaking 5 pips. And now it's time for happy hour. Now, like I said, I don't trade all the time happy hour, because by this time I have 76 pips, 75, okay? But let's see, let me show you how to enter correctly on a happy hour and how you can read those signs too. So now, usually we get an against, we get a move against whatever we had for the following hour. So if our move on G was up and EU, we're probably gonna get a down move or an up move after. We don't know, okay? But let's see what do we have. So now we have new 15 minutes. Now, the 1 hour on EU did its job because it touched the orange road, okay? So that means these signs tell us that it's gonna go down, okay? It's gonna go down. So let's see. So they started, there we are. So as soon as it touched the top of the BB band at 49, and you have the 1 hour, you take it. You take it before you get the momentum, okay? You take it at 97 where it was here, and you let it go down. Let me show you. Okay, 98. Okay, it went up, it touched the BB band, and now it's coming back. It's pulling down. You see? It's pulling down. It touched, look at the wick. Okay, now, there we go. Now, as soon as it turned red, you know this sucker's coming down because you have a 15 minutes with it. So you take it at 97, and you take it at 49. So, I said 97, right? And what did you get? You get almost 15 pips. That's 15 pips in one trade. Now you know this trade is over because this did its job, reached up to the orange road, and now this pierced the bottom of the BB band. And this is a sign for you to understand that the next candle that's going to show up is going to touch the BB band, and what does it do? Touches, goes through, what does it do? Goes back up. Went through, what's going to do? Go back up, okay? Because you still have the 1 hour here. And you may never know it's going to go shoot straight back up, and we might take it back up if it does. So same story here. We entered at 49, it's at 35, that's 14 pips, and this is 15 pips. However, I take one trade per time, so if we started with GU, we would have taken this, and that would have been 15 pips. So with the 75 pips, you already have 90 pips, guys. 90 pips, okay? Now this is your sign to exit at 82 or 81 or 80, whatever. Because this touch, now this is gonna start as soon as the next candle shows up next to it. That's it, that's my end of it. Because I know it pierced through and it's gonna come with the next one and it's gonna go up. Because this is still here, it didn't disappear. And it's gonna probably wanna go and push further, okay? See, it's starting to retrace now. At 81 or 82, that's it, you close it. And you close your trade with 15, 16, 17 pips, however much you took. Now look what's happening. See, it sucks it up back up because it pierced through the BB band, and you know this is the last wall. It touched the orange road. Look, it touched the orange road. So of course there's no other wall. It didn't go. It didn't go past the orange road because it still has the 1 hour. So you have to expect for the next candle to show up to move you back up, okay? Because this is another entry for a new trade up. For a new trade up, okay? Now look at that, it's sucking up now. You see that? There you go. Let me show you the entry for this one. Why did I say the next candle showing up next to it? It's gonna push it back down. Okay, so it's at 1150. So this already moved up a bit. But you wait for the next candle if you want to enter. However, again, like I said, I don't really trade all the moves during happy hour. The first one was pretty good. 15 pips. That made us 90 pips for the day. So we should be pretty happy about that and just stay out of other trades that are so late. Because again, it's closing time of the markets and they just act a bit strange or slow, and you don't want to risk anything that you've earned already. But I want to show you entries. Like I said to Hans, I want to show you all entries so you know where to enter. You have a Heiji hour up, okay? This pierced through, you know it touched the BB band. This started as a green candle, and you know it's going to go up. This disappeared already with a small red, so it's going to disappear again. As soon as this starts to move up, it's going to probably disappear again, okay? Because why? It did its job. You see, it touched the orange road. The move is up because you still have the 1 hour up. However, if you don't want to take it, I understand. But that was your move at 88, 84. And you see how fast? In 1 second, it moved from 84 to 88. You already lost 4 pips and you didn't even realize. You have +8 on you. +8. Do you think this thing is going to stand a chance for this with the 1 hour and the 4 hours? It's not going to stand a chance, guys. No way. You see how fast the early entry started? At 84, and it's at 90 already, and this thing is still here. But this is already done its job. It's not going to affect you anymore because it came down to the orange road already. And from 84 to 94 in 4 pips, in 4 seconds, you've got your another 10 pips, if you wished. I'm not going to count this because it's an extra thing, but look at it. Look, from 84 to 4, you would have already taken 20 more pips, and your entry was here, and it was shy, and it didn't show you much, okay? Your entry was down there, was down here into a small 5 red. Okay, at 84, it started at 84, even if you still had this, because this already happened. And you had another 20 pips move, guys. Another 20 pip move. How crazy is that? How crazy is this room? Okay. So that would have been, if you wished, 110 pips. 110 pips, hands. You get it? You get it? That every move starts from the BB bands with the correct story. Now, before this arrow, we had a downtrend. We took all the downtrends from the top of the band. Now, with the new arrow on the 1 hour, we had the move starting to go up. So we entered up on it from down. We entered up on it from the BB band. We entered up on it from the BB band. From the BB band up. We had a new UC down arrow on 1 and 4 hours down. We entered it up on it from down. From here, from up here, from the BB bands. We entered from here. That was your entry. From here. Okay? How easy is that? It's that easy, guys. Let your emotions at the door when you start your trading, because they are the only enemy pulling you back from seeing all these amazing trades. And like I said, early entries show up as being shy, guys. They're not loud. They don't have bang +8 momentum. They don't always show up with arrows. You gotta see them, you gotta read them, and you know they're starting from either the top of the bands or the bottom. So that's your edge, guys, against it. You know that if you enter on any trade from the bottom or the top with the correct direction. So like I said, step 1, find the direction of the trend, or if there's any live arrow, trade the 1 and 4 hour direction with living arrow on living candle. So if we have a living arrow on a living candle, even if the trend is down, we are taking this living arrow because this is gonna want to go up. Step 2, look at the 5-minute charts and look for candles starting from the bottom of the BB bands to go up. Step 3, enter the trade upon the touch of the bottom of the BB band, or momentum, or DX, or wicks, or arrows. And that's it. That is all you need, Hans, and everyone else, and Mirella, and all the new people. All you need. Your only thing right now is happening is your mindset pulling you back. All you need, because this room is unbelievable. It can make you unlimited amounts of money. It's something that you've never thought of before. No one does it. You can't relate it to anything. None of your friends or family knows about it. Probably you're in this by yourself alone, so that's why you probably think that it's okay to be paranoid, or you're afraid to take certain moves, because it's not your ordinary regular job. But this job can be the job of your lifetime and your family's lifetimes and the whole new generations coming. If you take this seriously and you take it like I told you, with no emotions, no fear, no regret, just no stress at all, this is going to work miracles for you and your families. It's that easy. 3 simple steps, guys. And remember, entries start as shy. Early entries start shy. Love you guys. Have a great weekend, and I hope tomorrow, Sunday, you get to practice it so you can get ready for the next week. The more you see these trades, the faster you're gonna learn and you're gonna take the trades, okay? Love you guys. Now I'm off to my practice because I'm also practicing today and tomorrow, okay? Love you guys. Bye-bye.